Agricultural Technology Foundation, AATF, based in Nairobi. Adoption of agricultural technology. We have several technologies out there developed by the CG centers. They are on the shelf. They are not well promoted, or they are not being utilized by the farmers. Maybe we should revisit how they were developed, where you have an organization that developed a technology, and the role of that organization is just develop, and says another organization has to move the technology to the end user. There is a disconnect. So if that disconnect needs to be addressed, I think we need to have a value chain approach, public-private partnership. Let me explain that, because that's actually the focus of our organization where I work. If in designing your technology, you work in partnership, where all actors are on board in planning the technology, in developing the technology. Farmers are also involved to see the usefulness. They participate in the technology. For instance, in breeding, let's take breeding. We have participatory plant breeding, where farmers are involved in the selection. Even while they are selecting, some farmers will even start testing the technology on the field. But a situation where it's being developed and then it said, well, this organization, you have the sole responsibility of developing technology, and then when you finish, move it to the rest, it's left hanging. So what we need to do, and urgently, is let's have a way where even the CG centers should be encouraged to operate public-private partnership, where there are those who will move the technology to the end user as they are initiating and developing those technologies. I give example of the project I currently coordinate. We call it Water Efficient Maize for Africa. It's a public-private partnership. We use this value chain approach. We have breeders in there. For the first time, working with breeders, we have, because it has to do with proprietary technology, a GM, genetically enhanced technology. We have breeders there. We have legal professionals in there. We have regulatory experts there, like you mentioned about GM. That it needs, is there the regulation framework that will allow us to test the technology or to promote? Yes, to first test the technology before we promote. If it's not in place, what do? We have them operating. We have communication experts working on the same project. And at the end, at this phase of the project, we are in development. We are preparing the deployment aspect. At this phase of the deployment, as we are designing the deployment strategy, we are involving the seed specialists to come on board with us, to see what technologies are there, how they will help us to promote it. So I think that if we change the mode of our development of technology, where all actors are on board in the initiation, development, and promoting the technology, we will do more in getting the technology to the end user than a situation where you have a different group that develops the technology and a different group promotes the technology. There is that disconnect which needs to be bridged. Thank you.